All right, good morning. Welcome back to Elements of Calculus 2. We have our test two practice problems here. So the first one we have is the double integral ln of x to the y dA, and we have a region that we're supposed to integrate over. So the first part of this problem is that there is a logarithmic function, there's a logarithmic identity here, property that lets you say, well, if we have a log of x to the y, what happens is that we can do this. We could say this is y times the log of x, and then we have our dA. Okay, and again, our dA is going to be between goes between 1 and e, and y goes between 0 and 1. So this is an iterated integral, which means you can integrate this in whichever method you want to deal with it. Because natural log of a is or natural log of x is going to be a integration by parts problem, let's see what happens when we integrate with y first and hope for the best with what happens. So as I go through and look at this integral to integrate with respect to y, the ln of x pretends to be a constant, and we just go ahead and say, okay, great, this is 1/2 y squared times the integral of ln of x. Now, between x, we're going to say x is going to go from 1 to e. We've just integrated between y, so we're going to go between 0 and 1. And you can put a little y equals, okay? And I still have to integrate with respect to my x. I've used my y, now I've got to use my x. So we can go ahead and plug in y is equal to 1, x or y is equal to 0. So we can say this is 1/2 1 squared ln of x minus 0 times 0 squared ln of x. So what that's going to look like is 1/2, 1 squared is 1, of course, natural log, okay, we haven't integrated natural log x yet, so we have to integrate that part of it, and that's going to go from 1 to e, and we have our dx. Well, the whole point of dealing with the integral of a natural log, this was the whole thing that motivated our integration by parts problem. So we're going to say, let u equal ln of x, dv is equal to dx, du is equal to 1 over x, and v is equal to x. So we can go ahead and integrate that. That's going to be x ln x minus the integral of x times 1 over x. So we have 1 over x times x. We'll put a dx in here, so we'll put dx right here. This is going to be x ln x minus x, because x over x is just going to be 1. Those will cancel, and then we can go ahead and integrate the dx. We just get x, and we're going from 1 to e, and that's going to be our integral. So we have 1 times, oh, let's go ahead and do this. We have e times the natural log of e minus e. Okay, that's evaluated at e. Minus, so we'll go ahead and put this in brackets, and I've got 1 ln of 1 minus 1. Okay, and that's what we're going to go ahead and evaluate. The hardest part now is the arithmetic. So the natural log of e, of course, is 1. So this is e minus e. Okay, that'll be easy enough to sort out. The natural log of 1, and you guys will have a calculator, but the natural log of 1 is 0. So we have 1 times 0, which is 0, minus 1. So when we're all said and done, we have e minus e, which is 0, minus 0 minus 1. So we end up with a negative 1, which will give me a positive 1 at the end. And that will be our answer for the first problem that we have in this little practice test here. All right, so get along with that, and don't let the logarithms don't let the logarithms intimidate you. Realize that when you see a logarithm, chances are you're going to be dealing with an integration by parts, and never forget your three properties of logarithms, which is natural log of AB is equal to the natural log of A plus the natural log of B. And the natural log of A over B is equal to the natural log of A minus the natural log of B. And of course, the natural log of A to the R is equal to R times the natural log of A. So those are the three properties of logarithms that you should never ever forget. And the one we used for this problem happened to be this guy right here. Okay, so good luck with everything, study hard, and we will see you in the next video. All right, thanks.